All right, welcome to the workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to show you how to compose a lo-fi guitar hip-hop track, even if you have no experience. Here I have a track that I have just done quite recently using my samples. I have just released some hip-hop guitar loops and samples that you can use in your own compositions. They're royalty-free, and you can just compose using them, upload your tracks to different libraries and start selling. They're pretty much just cleared for you to use and monetize your tracks. I'm going to show you the final product, and then we're going to break down exactly what I have done with this guitar loop, so you can see what's possible for you. Okay, so let's play the whole track start to finish, and then we'll break down all the elements of this composition. And this is how it all started. Then it's repeating itself. So these samples, again, if you haven't downloaded them yet, I will leave them inside the community. They actually are already in the community. On the right side of the page, you can find them there. And if you have any problems finding the samples, I will try to put them as well here underneath this workshop. Now, this is a particular chord progression, and I literally just grabbed that guitar sample that I recorded. And what I've done is just use this as my main tool of composition. So the main thing is the guitar, and obviously the drums is a big player here of this style of music. And I'm using this drums. Again, this is from Logic, nothing special here. And it's just something that comes as stock with Logic. And what I did is I just program the sounds, or the beat, I should say, the pattern. So the way it started is with the loop. I start my compositions in a loop. If you're familiar with the technique that I use, I compose on a loop. So I'm literally composing like this. Again, this is a piano. Again, this is all stock, really. At this point, notice that the loop gets longer. So this guitar part, actually, I'm going to solo it so you can hear the whole riff. Okay. For this particular guitar sound, I'm using the Bias FX 2, and I'm using this preset as well. By the way, it's a preset and it's called Lofi cassette tape. So at this point, I'm thinking, what else can I play in terms of guitar? So I come with my second guitar part. Notice that they're panned one to the left and one to the right. So this is the second part that I recorded in order to complement this guitar piece. So after that, it will be the bass. Again, a stock bass from Logic. That's pretty much it. There's nothing really else to this track. And that's the beauty of lo-fi music, that is so simple that you don't really need to indulge. So all in all, I had this at the end of the composition before I started to arrange the track with an intro and a verse and an ending. Go and show you how I arranged this track in the beginning. So at the beginning, I want a nice intro, and I really want to emphasize on the chords. And you can see here that I have the guitar, this guitar chords here, which is the same loop. But what I've done here is that I have EQ it in such a different way here that says a phone filter wideband. Kind of like a preset. I think I mess around with it a little bit. But what it does is it makes the guitar sound like this. The idea was to make it even more lo-fi, I guess, with this type of phone filter. Again, this is a plug, this is a stock thing. You can pretty much use whatever, you fancy with weird presets, if you will. I try to be keep it as simple as possible without really complicating too much. So my idea was that I wanted to sound like it's coming out of a phone, make it sound very rough. I also have here a sample of a vinyl scratch sample. I think I did some automation towards the end. I didn't want it to be so loud. Okay. Apart from that, it's just a sample of vinyl. And as well, in the beginning, in the intro, I added this type of scratches as well. Again, this is Logic's. Actually, this is a loop. This is a scratch loop that I got from Apple's. There you go. There are so many. So I use that as its little effects in the intro. This is what it sounds like on its own. Okay, that's it. And at the outro here. So the intro is pretty much those three things. Up until this point, it's just the guitars and all the elements, and then this guitar kicks in on the left side. And then quite immediately, the ear candy, if you will, with that melody, that riff. Are so subtle, and notice that waveform that is so low because it's played very, very subtle. I'm barely touching the guitar. I'm playing the guitar with my fingers, so the waveform is really, really low. The input is so low, and that's fine, because it's such a delicate sound that I don't need to play it, or I didn't need to play any harder. The same goes with this track here. There's so many gimmicks and so many little effects that you can do in transitions. I mean, at this point, what I'm focusing, once I have an intro, like a mini verse, if you will, and then a main chorus or ear candy, which the ear candy really is this section here, where it has all the guitar parts together, everything is playing together, it's the melody, and it's 2 cycles, if you will, from bar 17 to 25, and then it repeats from bar 25 to 33. Then it's just a natural ending. There's nothing else to say here. Again, go and download the loops. I hope this workshop is helpful to you. I'm being very selfish because I'm doing a lot of vlogs on my new YouTube channel, and I realized that I needed new music. So whatever I have already on my catalog, which I usually use my own music, but I didn't have any lo-fi music. So pretty much I'm just composing music for myself and to sell it as well. This particular track is already online on Pond5, Melody Loops, and various libraries. And I can't wait to build my catalog of lo-fi music on royalty-free libraries. I hope this workshop is helpful to you. Leave in the comment section again what's your biggest takeaway, and I'll see you in another workshop.